Every tuna fish has its own personality. They're just a magnificent animal.
For most of a lifetime, Cape Cod Captain Tyler McAllister has been hunting tuna in the most ancient way you can.
I've been doing this for 30 years, and I'm still learning little idiosyncrasies of fish.
Fish spotting for me has been a real passion.
This is pilot Dan DeHedeville.
Every time I take off, I always wonder if that's going to be the best day you ever had.
A literal fish hawk. He has Captain Tyler's eyes in the air.
Very impressive. The way the body is designed to be so tremendously fast. It's like lightning flying through the water. But even more exciting to me is when you get the whales involved. You can kind of tell if you're going to have that really good day. All right, Tyler, you got fish in.
And it comes down to one man, the harpooner.
Hold that. 11 o'clock, 3 boats. 12:30, coming up now. 12:30 at a quarter of a boat. Get ready.
Some might call it tuna fishing, but it is something more elemental than that. From out of these waters' history.
Very traditional fishery, going back to the whaling days, back in the 1800s. Harpoon and dart.
Added to man's earliest fishing tool is another that imitates the gulls. Tuna are a resource that has seen change.
I've been doing this since 1985. Some of the best years, the late 80s into the early 90s, and then there seemed to be a reduction in the population of bluefin, giant bluefin specifically.
Overfishing, fueled by an insatiable appetite for sushi and environmental changes, has hit the bluefin population hard.
Fast forward to 2010, we started to see more and more bunches of big fish. And then fast forward 3 more years, we're starting to see a lot of fish in the 80s to 100-inch range.
Strict conservation has succeeded in replenishing fish stocks, which could make these the glory days for bluefin.
On a typical day flying, you'll see one school at a time, if you're lucky.
One day, back in July, we were fishing. Dan saw
the most tuna fish I've ever seen. Both in my circle and outside my circle.
He easily saw well over 100 bunches at the same time.
It was a pretty incredible sight. I've never seen birds like this following a school of fish. Not like this.
There's been a great recovery of the fishery. Very large bunches of large fish. Definitely an indicator that the fishery has not only recovered, but it's really starting to flourish again.
Perched in the sky, Dana spotted tuna miles ahead.
I got fish up in front of you here.
I built this boat for 2 things, stealth and speed. All right, now we're doing about 21 and a half knots, right into the bunch. Dan's got a nice bunch of fish up in front of us, about 2 miles. So hopefully stay up for us to get to them. And about another 5 minutes to get there.
It's a race against the fastest of swimmers.
Still got him?
I don't see him right now.
I'm coming. Pushing her as hard as you go.
Yeah, I got him up.
Yeah, I got him.
Now it's all down to Tyler and his harpoon.
Over to your 11 o'clock.
Cutting sideways, take it sideways!
Coordination of pilot, mate, and captain mean nothing without a true harpoon strike.
I like to rod and reel, but this is tuna hunting. You're pursuing the animal, and you're very selective in the animal you take. Sitting in a tower is very much like being in a tree stand. There's a lot of adrenaline involved with this. You just don't know when it's going to happen for you.
I got fish up in front of you here.
Yeah, is that the flock of birds that are 11:30, Dan?
There's a whole bunch of birds that are flying over them. You should be able to see them anytime.
It's now a race out of the pulpit to take up the harpoon.
I got flashes!
12 o'clock, boat and a quarter.
12 o'clock.
Hit him!
I have no idea how you hit that.
That was a big fish. Get down and get this ball ready. Go pull it just like Jaws. 3, 2, 1, 0.
Off Cape Cod, a way of fishing, the world's oldest, goes on hunting tuna. Added to it are eyes spotting from the sky. At the end of the boat's long pulpit, a harpooner readies for the strike.
Hit him! Hit him!
Nice shot, Ty.
That was a big fish. Get down and get this ball ready. 3, 2, 1, 0. You're gonna pull it just like Jaws. All right, re-rig. Get that empty basket in my cockpit. Get my new rig ready to go. Get me a second ball on that. You know how this is done. There's more fish.
Dan, you got any more fish?
Into a school of tuna, there is no resting with only one. And the team of airplane and boat need to hunt more to survive.
Yeah, I got them up.
With the tuna's greyhound speed, the school could already be miles away.
You ready, Ty?
Plugged in.
Shadowing the bluefin like an eagle, the spotter pilot leads a harpooner back to his quarry.
One of the neat parts of fish spotting is you get to watch the fish. And a lot of times you watch them for a long time waiting for the boat to get to you. And it's funny with tuna fish, sometimes you think they almost have personalities. Some will seem to take the lead and the entire school will follow it. Others sag off and then rejoin the school. You get a perspective on what tuna fish behavior is that I think would be hard to get from the boat.
What matters most in the end, though, is the harpooner's view from the pulpit.
As you get closer and closer, the harpooner is watching 3 things. Is the pace of its tail increasing or decreasing? The fish's depth in the water column, is it changing? And what are the pectoral fins doing? Oh, look at that! Slow it down, slow it down. As you approach a fish and you see those pectoral fins come in or that tail stop, you know that you have about a half a second to let go of the harpoon before those fish are gone. Saying they're gone in an instant is really an understatement.
So many factors, from breeding a fish to a lifetime of practice.